What's up, Patriots? Welcome back to another episode of Open Mic at Indy. Today, I'm here with our principal of 4 years, Ms. Mims, and I'm going to be asking her some questions. What made you want to begin as principal at Indy?
Well, I don't know if people know this, but I was an assistant principal here from 2011 to 2017. And I live in Mint Hill, so it's my home school. My own daughter graduated here in 2019. So when I was given the opportunity to come back, I heard that the position was open. I thought, this is great. I'm going to come home, basically. It's 2 miles from home, but it's also the place where, many wonderful days happen for me as an assistant principal, and I really love it. I love so many things about Independence, and I feel like it's a gift for this to be the last school that I am working at.
Yeah. So all those ties, like, how would you say the school's changed from the time where your daughter was here and the time where you were an assistant principal to now? What would you say some changes kind of look like?
I guess the big thing is this school has gone through various programs. So when I first came, we had the Academy of International Studies. I don't know if a lot of people know what that is, but it was a big draw for kids. And then that was a part of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And as it phased out, the district came to us and said, you need the Academy of Engineering. And I thought, I don't know if our students want engineering. So myself and a team of people put together the Academy of Engineering, and it was wonderful. And my own personal daughter was a part of the academy, and she graduated from that in 2019 along with about 50 or 60 of her friends. Many of those kids became engineers, and of course my child didn't, but she did graduate. But it made me so proud that we graduated so many kids who are now engineers today. But since that time, I think with the COVID happening, that program died out, which was unfortunate. And when I came back, I was forced to dissolve a program that I very much helped establish and believe in. But when I came here, I had worked with a program up at Bradley where I was a middle school principal called Cambridge. And it's all about global awareness, student taking ownership for their own learning, and just really the diversity that it embraces. And when I walked into Independence, re-walked in as a principal, it suddenly hit me. This is a Cambridge school. We have the student population, we have the, all the different diverse kids and their needs, and I thought, this is Cambridge. And so I think the big thing that happened was, I want to leave the school with a really strong, academically challenging program. Obviously, we still have AP, but also introduce the Cambridge to fit the needs of all the students. So I think academically it's changed. As far as the kids and the culture and the climate of the staff and the students, that has pretty much remained the same.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I've taken a Cambridge class, actually, sociology, and I can definitely say without a doubt, this is a Cambridge school. I feel like that class taught me a lot, and it set me up to where I am now, and it prepared me for a lot of things.
Good.
So my second question, I wanted to ask, what are some accomplishments during your time working here, from 2011 to 2017, like you said, as an assistant principal, to these past 4 years? What are some accomplishments that you would say you're the proudest of?
Independence, whether or not I'm here, has always and always will be a great school. I think that the staff and administration carried the school while I was gone. It was just that regrouping of students, trying to give students a purpose for learning again. I think they lost that in the pandemic. That's not just for Independence, that's for many schools. But really trying to provide the students opportunities, needs of every student here. So it could even be the CPCC classes, but since when I came back, we had clubs, but if you look at the club list now, it's huge. So my goal, I think, and it's what we accomplished, is that when a student walks into Independence, there is a place for you. I want a true comprehensive high school where every student has a place and feels comfortable. Yeah,
and I feel like Indy has definitely done that, and I see it every day, and it just keeps progressing every day and getting better and better. And I see a lot more people starting to get out of their shell and get into those clubs and things like that. And it's just really commendable, and it's something to be proud about, like that question asked. I want to look at a day-to-day basis, kind of. What would you say a lot of students, like some details of the job that they don't know you do, or like handle like roles that you might play in a normal school day operating the way it's supposed to go.
Well, I think even before we started this interview, you saw there is no normal
Yeah.
day. I typically get here about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I try to answer emails, do some, communications with staff, whatever. And then we go to hall duty and walk around and make sure everybody's good. That's a consistent throughout the day, just
Mhm.
always checking on students and staff and making sure everything is flowing smoothly. Other than that, like I said, I was a science teacher where I could leave and I'd have my lab set up and everything ready to go. As a principal, you never know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. You may have students upset with one another, parents upset, teachers upset because, just as you saw, the copy room is locked. People calling for references. Somebody decided to go stay at home with a baby,
Mhm.
so now we have to interview. And the big thing is a lot of district expectations where I'm planning a meeting here, but this morning someone from the district came and I spent an hour talking with them about some of the things. We go to a lot of district meetings. There's a lot of data we collect. We have specific curriculum we're supposed to follow for all the classes. And coming from being a middle school principal for 5 years, our big focus was, English, math, and 8th grade science.
Yeah, the basics. Yep.
But here, you think of the
Everything,
number
like,
of classes we have and trying to really support all the teachers with their curriculum. Do the world language teachers have access to the STEM test? Do the AP teachers have their test? Do the Cambridge teachers, do they have the curriculum? Do they have the books? I mean, it is just constantly problem solving.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing is constantly problem solving all day long.
Yeah, that's something that, like, in any role, in any job, a lot of people have to do. And I feel like principal is the biggest example of that. For our last question, I wanted to get a little bit sentimental. So if you all do not know, Ms. Mims will be stepping down as president or principal of Independence February 27th of this year. And I just kind of wanted to ask you a reflecting kind of question, like getting a little bit sentimental and just thinking about your time at Independence. What is one thing that you think you're going to miss about the job in general, and then Independence as a school?
And if I get too much into this, I'll start crying because Independence is my home. It's my love. And I came in with these seniors, and it was really important for me to graduate with these seniors. My initial plan was at least to stay till June the 30th. So I don't even know what the question is. I'm just going to talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's been very,
Go
very
ahead.
hard accepting the fact that I'm not going to give these kids their diploma because of all the kids that I've seen come and go since 2011. It's been wonderful kids, but as a group, this is definitely one of the best groups we've had, and I wanted to give them. I wanted to see them off, but I started my health. I started feeling nothing drastic. I just got really tired and worn out in November, and not to be too religious, but I prayed and I just felt like, talked to my family. They said, why don't you, for what's best for the school, go ahead and step down in the spring. That way the new person can come in, get to know the school, and then start fresh. And I had to think what's best for me and my family, and what really is best for Independence. And I think somebody getting a start on things in the spring is what's best for the school. So I will be at graduation cheering, and I know I'm not supposed to cheer in between, so it's going to be very hard, but just cheering for these kids. But I mean, I don't know, I have a Instagram post where I put the best part of my day, and every day where I see a kid being successful in the classroom, on the field, and not necessarily always winning, but a kid, which I think is the Independence way, doing their best, trying hard, representing us well. I'm going to miss that so much because I guess I'm going to have to get rid of my Instagram account or stop talking about kids since I won't be the principal here, but I'm looking forward to actually doing some of the fun things. I'm not going to miss doing the spreadsheets and all the forms I fill out and all the meetings I go to, but I've talked to Coach Ashley about helping out with athletics and popping popcorn and flipping burgers. I look forward to that, and supporting the arts. Those are some of my favorite things that I love to do, and if the new principal is willing, you know, I would be willing to help as any way I can. But you know, I lost my mom last year. Both my parents were very sick. And I think what Independence showed me is the truth. The staff, the students were here for me during some of the roughest times of my life. And what separates this school from all other schools is we're truly a family. I rarely see bullying. I rarely see kids being mean to each other. I think we support each other. The kids support each other. The staff support each other, and we work as a team. And I think I have gone so far away from your question, but
it's all good.
I love, you know, I love that community that you have at Independence. And if kids go away, I think you will start reflecting back.